Ladies and gentlemen, the time has finally come. Welcome back to 8 Moon Phases. My name is Chivis, and today we're going to be finishing the quilt. I don't know if 100% finishing, but we are going to at least add the border, make the quilt sandwich, possibly not quilt it today. But at least we'll have it ready to start getting quilted. Let's go. But before we go, if you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Enable that notification bell. That way you'll be notified every time that I upload a video. If at any point throughout this video you like what you see, make sure you hit that like button. It is free and it helps quite a lot. Let's go. So the first thing I have to do is cut my strips of fabric that are going to go around the background, or the border, sorry. I plan on doing about 3.5-ish. So I'm going to cut 3 3/4 sides. And that's going to add 7 inches to the top strip. So I'm going to cut these. They're not perfect. Supposed to be 48-ish, 48.5. It's not a perfect square. No surprise there. But it is for my personal use. So I'm just going to roll with it. And I'm going to leave it. If it was as a gift, I would have stopped and fixed a few of these edges that were off, corners that were off, but I'm okay with it. It's right. It's from me, and I'm actually very excited to get it completed. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my strips, and then I'll bring you guys back once we have to start piecing them together. I should probably iron my fabric. We shall see. Let me get these strips cut then, and then I'll bring you guys back to explain more or less what we're going to do. I cut only 2 of the strips. I did the top and the bottom. It really doesn't matter. It can be rotated. So I cut 2 of the strips, and I am going to have to iron them. Well, am I going to have to? I am going to iron them just so they can sew on easier. Just preference, personal preference. I did mess up the first strip. I cut it about 2 inches too short. Oh, well. It'll serve a purpose later for something. So I have a fairly good size strip there. So once I have that, I'll measure the quilt again, and then I'll definitely go ahead and cut the remaining strips, which are going to be a little bit longer because again, it's going to add that 3.5-inch border on either of the sides. And then we'll just sew the other part back on, and that will be the end of our top. That will be our top completed. I do have the batting, and I do have the backing that I'm going to be using, so it's just a matter of getting it done. I don't know how much I'm going to go for today. Hopefully, I think we can get it done. I think we can get it done. I have faith in myself. So hopefully by the end of this video, we will have it done. Fingers crossed. Let me get this ironed, and then I'll go ahead and bring it down so we can start sewing the 2 of the borders. Our back looks so bare now. It is empty. I have pinned all of my quilt, well, half of it. Half of the borders, which is the top and the bottom, or sides, whichever. I have now done all the machine things. I just have to thread my machine really quick. But other than that, we're ready to go. And all I'm gonna do is literally stitch the border with a straight stitch, and then I have to measure the other part and get it completed. Very straightforward, nothing out of the ordinary. So let's get it done because it's been a long time coming for this one. I have now done both of the opposite side edges, so top, bottom, left, right, doesn't matter. All I'm going to do now is press them open, and then I'm going to take measurements again. That way I am able to cut the other strips of fabric to the desired size. I think it turned out pretty good. I mean, it was pretty straightforward, and I'm not an expert or anything, but I will say it's pretty turning. It's working out good so far. I don't want to jinx it, knock on wood, but so far we are doing good. So far, so good. And just in case those of you that are looking at my video and saying, she left the selvage on the thing. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I usually do. And I'm okay with it. If I know that it's not going to interfere with any of my pieces, it will stay there, It will stay there, and I'm fine with that. I hope you are too. So, fabric police, stay away. Stay away. On other news, today is Saturday, tomorrow's Sunday. Tomorrow's my sister's birthday. So, should be fun. Should be a fun celebration. Don't know what she's going to want to do yet, but we shall see. I am going to have to trim my edges a little bit. They're looking a little bit uneven, but I'm okay with that. Might have been I know. I should have squared everything off, but I remember at the beginning, that's when I started saying that. I think one of the first videos that I needed to make sure that I squared everything off at every step. And guess what? I did not do. I did not square everything off at every step. But again, this is my quilt. As long as I'm happy with it, it should be just fine. Right? So far, I'm happy with it. So I think it should be just fine. There's another little project that I want to do. I'm still debating what letters to make. Maybe I was thinking maybe I can do one for my sister. But I think I'll do that just as a trial. And then if I like it, I'll make one for my classroom with my name on it. But it's that one where you have the letters. You cut out like little letters, kind of quilted, puffy letters, and then you can make like a little garland for it. I'm sure you guys have seen it around. I'm sure. If not, hopefully you guys get to see it in this video. If not, you'll definitely see it in the last one, in the next one. Alrighty, I have finished ironing. I'm gonna measure the remainder or the top, not the other sides now, and then I'm gonna go ahead and cut the strips, and then rinse and repeat. We're gonna cut the strips. Probably gonna iron the fabric afterwards, and then I'm gonna pin it, and then I'm gonna sew it, and our top should be completed. Fingers crossed. Here's how we're looking so far. You can't really tell because it's still a dark border, but yeah, I like very much. So now I have to cut the strip from the top. It is a 56 inch. Sorry. 56 inches long and then 4 inches wide. And that should bring us to the end of our top once we do everything that we have to do. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out my fabric, and then I'll walk you guys out through the steps. I probably won't bring you guys back, or I'll show you clips here and there until we are either sewing or ready to show you guys the finished top. We have finally done it. We have completed what I think is the most important part of our quilt. It is not by any means done. We still need to do the sandwich, quilt it, and then put the binding on, which should be fun. Should be extremely fun. However, it is going to take a while. So I'm going to have to clear this table here, and then I'm going to bring my batting. I have the backing fabric right here. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to make the sandwich and pin it all together. I don't use spray. I've never bought it, never used it. I did use a spray adhesive when I was in college, and it was not my most favorite. Oh, I mean, it was my favorite thing. However, I know that it gets on everything, and I'm not gonna go through that. I'm just gonna pin it like I've done the other 2 quilts that I've done. So, yeah. What do you guys think? How does it look? All right. Next time I see you guys, I am gonna have the quilt completed. No, not the quilt completed. The sandwich completed. And then I'll see if I can quilt it either today or tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be ready by Monday. If not, then definitely there'll be at least one more short update for you guys to see once it's completely done. Guess what? So I forgot that I had to piece my fabric together, actually, my backing, because it wasn't going to be long enough. And that is fine. I have no issue with that. I have done that. I have officially measured, cut, pinned, and now I'm just going to sew it. Should be pretty straightforward, very simple, very to the point. Yes, I left the selvage area, but I am going to sew off of that edge. So nothing too complicated. Yeah, if you don't remember, this is our fabric that we have. Move this iron a little bit over just so I don't burn myself or anything that I have with me at the moment. Yeah, all I'm gonna do is just finish sewing this, and then I'll iron it, and then I'll start making my quilts. I did it, y'all. When I tell you that was a workout, that was a workout. All right, so I have all of the edges. Well, I don't have all the edges. I have it centered. I have the top, the batting and the backing all good to go. All I need to do is start pinning it. It did take me quite a while to get it done. I had to cut the batting down, and I actually had to cut the backing fabric down a little bit because it was a little bit too long after joining the pieces. But it's fine. It's all good. Um, this is good. We have an excess on all sides, top, bottom, um, everywhere. I might scoot this one a little bit down. It's a little bit too close for comfort, and we do have more on the bottom. So I'm going to fix it one more time. And then I'm going to go ahead and get started with pinning all of the layers. All right, now I feel a little bit more comfortable that way now. Top, bottom, sides, everything looks perfect. I'm going to start pinning from the center out simply because if I need to stretch the fabric out, obviously we have that excess on the sides. So it'll go out that way or up or down if need be. So again, it'll just like spread out evenly to the outsides. Yeah, that's all I'm going to do now is just pin. And then I don't think I'm going to quilt it today. My back is killing me, and I have been doing this for a long time. So I'm just going to pin, and then I'm going to take a break because I am starving. So I'll see you guys back when we're done pinning. Alrighty, so in the last clip, or yesterday for me, I made the quilt sandwich. Everything is ready to go. However, I haven't decided what design I want to quilt on my quilt. So I'm going to pause a little bit on that one. It's not going to be as long as the last pause, but I will get it done soon. However, there is another little project that I've been wanting to do. It's like little puff letters that you can make a banner or anything, honestly. You can make these letters and give them to a baby so they can play with them, whatever. I am going to make a banner. More specifically, I'm going to make a banner for my sister. Her birthday is today. We just celebrated her. I gave her her gifts already, but I want to make her this anyway and then just give it to her sometime soon. I, depending on how it turns out, I do want to make one for myself, possibly with my last name for when we go back to school or back to work. But I'm going to get started. The first thing I need to do is to print out the letters, template of the letters. Block letters work better. So that's what I'm going to look for right now. Luckily, my sister's name is only 4 letters. So yay! That should be very simple and very quick to do, hopefully. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to look for the font, decide on the size that I want to make them, and then I'm going to print it out, cut them out, And then from there, we'll move over to the other room. You guys notice we do have a bit of a background change. I did switch my room around yesterday, Friday, a few days ago. I can't remember. But there's still some organization I have to do, so don't mind the mess there. But yeah, I switched my room around. This is all natural light now. I was facing this way originally, and now I'm facing this way. And we were used to be on that side of the monitors. My monitors are here now, so we'll see how it works out. We'll see how it looks. So far, it's been doing all right. I like that I can enjoy the direct natural light more, as to when the computer was turned this way, the monitors would block the light. So anyway, I do have a Cricut. I'm not gonna cut them on the Cricut. I'm gonna do everything by hand because I'm lazy and I don't want to have to connect everything again for now. So I'm gonna look for the font, print them out, cut them out, and then I'll show you guys. See how they look. I gotta pick out the fabric too. All right. Don't mind my fingers. I got in a fight with the ink cartridge, and you can tell who won, but that's okay. So right now the letters are printing. Let me show you guys what I picked. It's fun, fat, and bubbly. I'm only printing 3 because this one is going to be repeated. All right. Now that I finished printing, I'm going to cut them out. I'm going to pick up my fabric, and then I'll meet you guys in the other room so we can go ahead and get started with everything else we have to do. Alrighty, so I decided to go with these letters. I originally had made them like this. I made them a little bit bigger just because I can. And I was debating between these few different types of fabric. However, I decided to go with these 2. Well, 4 technically. I'm going to do kind of like a gradient where it starts with this pink and goes into the other pink and then into this checkered and then the purple at the end. So SARA. I think I'm going to do the same fabric on both sides. So yeah. I might, yeah. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do the S, 2 S's, 2 A's, 2 R's, and then 2 A's of this one. And yeah, so right now I'm just cutting up the papers, and then I'll trace over this, and then we'll get to sewing. Hello. I did a little bit of prep and I'm ready to sew now. Let me show you guys what I did. All I did was trace the letters. I didn't cut them out because I'm going to sew on the mark. And then I put some batting in it. I was going to do only 1. I decided to do 2 just because I want them a little bit fluffier. When I was cutting the paper letters, I realized that the A and the R may pose as a problem when I have to cut them with the pinking shears. But we will get to that whenever we get to that. I should have ironed my fabric before because I do have a few that are a little bit wrinkled, like this one. And I can't iron it now because the pen that I used is heat erasable. So I am going to sew. I think that's all that, well, sew and cut is all that is left. I was going to change up my thread from yesterday, but nah, we're just going to leave it gray. So, All right, we have our first letter done. Not bad looking at all. Let me remove these pins. I think doing the 2 layers of batting was a good call. Back looks a little bit awkward. So now all we have to do, first of all, I'm going to remove all these extra threads. I did backstitch on all of the areas. So now technically what we would have to do is just cut around with our pinking shears. I was about to cut with my fabric scissors, but all I have to do now is cut with the pinking shears. Maybe just a little bit. Around the whole thing. And again, I am going to iron them after I finish sewing the rest of the letters. All the way around. Just like so. And this is where I think the it might be an issue to do the center portion of it. Because I have to go in this manner. Perfect. There we go. We have our first letter. I do need to cut the center, and that I might just do it with regular scissors, honestly, because I don't know how it's gonna look. But there we go. One letter. I think I possibly should have used, because the back looks a little bit more loose, and I don't know why that is. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna go do the rest of the letters, and then I will bring you guys back once we have them all completed. I'm using my machine as a stand. Let me tell you guys, I struggle so much with sewing curves. Oh my goodness. It is so hard for me to sew curves. But anyway, I got it done. Let me spell it out correctly. I was able to cut the centers just like I wanted. So let me set these two. There we go. You got it done? Sarah? And I had a really good time making this. It was quick. It was very simple to complete. I definitely will be making one for myself for my classroom once we are close to going back to work. I might use a different type of font. And I also want to possibly make some for my nephews. I have 2 of them. So I think I'm going to, the last thing I'm going to do is attach a ribbon at the top. Just so it doesn't, so the letters don't like move around. I was going to do like a little tab to allow it to like move on and off. But I think I'm just going to add the ribbon in the back. I might hand sew it. I think it's going to be easier. I could use my machine and just put it on here, but I think I'm just going to sew it. I was streaming yesterday and I realized, I think if you guys go back and check it, it's the Stitch With Me number 9. I was talking how I've noticed that when I'm streaming or when I'm doing something else, I tend to pause more in between my words than I should. And I realize that I'm doing that right now. But anyway, I'm just going to iron this. I'm going to attach the ribbon, and then I'll meet you guys back at my computer to show you how it actually looks once it's finished. Also, really quickly before I go, I just wanted to show you guys that I do have my quilt sandwiched and ready to be quilted. I think I'm going to work on that this week, and it hopefully should be done very, very soon. What do you guys think? It looks great. I love it. Like, love how it turned out. Yeah, it's done now. So I just need to finish the quilt. Well, quilting the quilt and binding it. And that should also be another project that is done. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit that like button. And if you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe. That way you'll be notified of our next upload or our next stream. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.